All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna talk some boxing real quick. We'll talk some boxing news, and really I have a tablet right in front of me here, so we're gonna talk about it here. This is Box Rec. First of all, Robert Easter drew with Francis Bartholomew. I still haven't seen that fight. Uh, Excellent fight between Jesse Vargas and Alberto Soto on Friday, and that was a good fight as well. We also had Victor Postol, who won his fight. Regis Progress, he won his fight. Those two people are at super lightweight. And then we also had here Jesse Vargas. I think I talked about that already. And of course, Estrada, he defeated uh, Ron Visay. Okay? So those fights we already talked about. Um, didn't get to see any of the fights over the weekend, but I was listening to a number of different things, comments and stuff around it. But I'll get to those fights. Okay, I'll get to them. Trust me, I will get to them. All right. Um, Talking about my channel. Remember, guys, you can donate, subscribe, share. Okay. Also, most importantly, you can donate via Western Union or MoneyGram. So if you have Western Union or MoneyGram, you can donate through those channels to my channel. There's a number of things I want to say, but I'm going to take my time and go through it. Upcoming fights. So this Saturday, Saul Canelo Alvarez will be facing Danny Jacobs, and that's a good ass fight. And Eric Bradley, the fight doctor, sort of broke down some of what Canelo does. God, why am I yawning? Some of what Canelo does, and what he kind of brings to the table. And he was showing again these skills, these abilities, these development of these skills and abilities, and so on. This stuff happens over time. You can't do these things overnight, okay? Anywho, that's one of the big fights over the weekend. Actually, it's the only big fight over the weekend that we have to look at. Mike Perez will be back, and he'll be facing some guy named Ilunga Makabu. I don't know who that is, but that's basically it for this weekend. So it's Canelo versus Danny Jacobs. That's what's happening this weekend. Looking forward to it. Now, with respect to a little bit more on Eric Bradley, the fight doctor. I really think you guys, if you're really interested in boxing, if you really want to talk boxing, you really need to sign up with him and really start to do stuff with Master Boxing. Master Boxing really is good. I learned a lot just from Eric Bradley. But I want to talk to you guys about one more thing before I get out of here. Adrian Broner made some statements. He's one of the things he said was fuck Barbarian on a short time. When, Barbarian was talking about something. I don't know what it was. But quite frankly, the other thing that was interesting was listening to Errol Spence talk. And Errol Spence is supposed to face Sean Porter somewhere in July. So that's going to be a good fight. Errol Spence talking about knocking out Sean Porter. Talking about knocking out, I don't know why I'm yawning. Talking about knocking out Sean Porter. And I personally think that because Sean Porter does take blows, it's something where Errol Spence will have his opportunities to hit him. But I think that Sean Porter is not a guy that you can just stop like that. But then again, I was wrong about Adrian Granados versus Danny Garcia, so I could be wrong about Errol Spence and Sean Porter. We'll see. One thing we know is Errol Spence doesn't necessarily have to go looking for Sean Porter, but if he has to, he has the tools and abilities to get him in the corner and work him. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with Sean Porter. Sean Porter has certain tools in his tool bag. Certain tools in his, I had to slap myself. Certain tools in his tool bag which give him that opportunity to be unpredictable, to do some unorthodox things, and to get where he wants to go, which is to the body. But Spence has shown us time and time again he can actually keep you at bay and on the outside if he needs to. Pivot work's phenomenal. Kell Brook also showed some brilliant pivot work against Sean Porter. So I think that if Kell Brook could hold off Sean Porter, I think Errol Spence could hold him off at the end of his stick, but maybe even beat him up really bad or stop him. I don't know if he could stop him, but we can see. I mean, Errol Spence does throw a lot of power, but Sean Porter did come down from a very high weight class, so I don't know. Errol Spence looks in perfect shape as well, so that's really a good sign. Floyd Mayweather's name was heard a number of times by different fighters. Adrian Broner said he talked to Floyd Mayweather. Errol Spence said he said hi to Floyd. So Floyd's name is being referred. I was listening to Jeff Mayweather in an interview on Mayweather Boxing Channel talking about why Floyd was so dominant in his career, why he's TBE, and we all know one of the most important things is Floyd always came ready. He always came ready. He was always ready. He was not out of shape throughout the season. He was always ready. And one of the things I think is a take home for a lot of boxers and fighters, a lot of boxers and fighters, when they attain success or whatever they attain, they actually cheat or they try to find some edge or they try to use some kind of drug to give them a physical edge. Floyd Mayweather did it the hard way from since he was 5 years old all the way up until now. He did it the hard way. And he really dedicated himself to boxing. And that's what makes Floyd the best ever. You go through history, go back into time, and even all the great fighters, including Sugar Ray Robinson, these guys at some point in time in their careers lapsed off. Or as much as they trained really well, they only trained for fights, or they stayed busy between fights, but they didn't train in between. They didn't take care of their bodies as they should have taken care of their bodies. Sugar Ray Robinson was a great guy and all of that, but I think he used to beat his wife. I think he used to drink. You know, you can't be doing those things. Sugar Ray Leonard took cocaine. Why? To get an edge and speed and stuff. But speed is not everything. Speed is not everything in boxing. You know, I look at some of the throwback fighters, and some of them are quicker, or a lot of them are quicker than Floyd. I'm not quicker, sorry. Faster than Floyd. Even quicker than Floyd. All right? They're even quicker than Floyd. But why is it that Floyd, even if he faced a faster boxer than himself, quicker boxer than himself, you know, a boxer who had a lot of skills and abilities, some of which are better than his skills and abilities, why was it that Floyd would beat these fighters? I'll tell you why. Because what would Floyd do? He would take your skill and ability and use it back on you. You're fast? Okay. All right. We're going to make sure that you're not as fast as they say you are, because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to get the shots off that you want to get off. So these are all the things you have to understand in boxing. Boxing is to, if this guy's really good at something, you want to know, that Floyd always say, I want to know what this person's good at. Because what the person's good at, I'm going to nullify that and use that back at them. You're a good jabber, I'm going to take away your jab and I'm going to use my jab on you. You're a good power puncher, I'm going to take away your power punching opportunities and I'm going to land my power punches on you. You're quick in the ring, I'm going to make sure that I cut certain angles so that you cannot go down certain lines. You'll go down the wrong line if you do try to do that. And I'm going to catch you in between. And I'm going to look like the quick one in the ring. You're a guy who say you use a lot of angles. Okay, I'm going to make sure I'm cut off angles so to minimize how many angles you can approach me at. Defensively, I'm going to do that by facing you all the time. Making sure I pivot right. So I pivot always facing you. I cut off your angle opportunities. So I'm take that away from you. And then I'm going to look at the guy who's got the angles on you. You know, that's what Floyd did with Manny Pacquiao. When you look at whatever the fighter's good at, that's what you want to know. You don't want to know what he's not good at, because that's going to be discovered in the ring when his go-to is not there anymore. He can't go to these things. A lot of people talked about some of the great fighters, like Sugar Ray Robinson, Sugar Ray Leonard, right? And they were very good at certain things. But I always said Sugar Ray Robinson especially was a limited fighter. And I do believe, when I say limited, not in the context of limited in the general sense, but when we compare Sugar Ray Robinson to, say, Floyd Mayweather or to Mike McCallum or to Charlie Burley, he was limited compared to those guys. Those guys had a vast array of abilities and skills to be able to adapt even more than, say, a Sugar Ray Robinson or Sugar Ray Leonard, right? That's what I'm talking about. Guys had heart and you know, again, skill is not skill alone. You have to develop that skill. You know, Eric Bradley will tell you about that. But what I'm talking about is the vast array of go-to things to be able to adapt, to change, to be able to develop yourself, and the commitment to what you're doing so that you would refine your craft, and the skills and abilities and the techniques that you have will be filled into an arsenal that's fluent. Meaning, I don't have to think to do what I'm doing. This come naturally. This is what I go to. This is what I go to, right? And that's the thing with Floyd. When you go into the ring, you would see him do things that you never seen him do. New things, adaptation to his opponent, because he's rehearsed it so much. He's done it so often. He's good. He can pull something new that you never seen before. And that's the trick with boxing. So Jeff Mayweather was talking about why Floyd is the best ever. And again, Jeff was saying, if you look at Anybody throughout history who's stepped into a ring, when you look at Floyd only in the ring, he's talking constant, just particularly about boxing. And I don't deal, me personally, when I talk about boxing, strictly boxing, I am not talking about gates. I am not talking about revenue earned. I don't care about that. That's financial aspect of boxing. I'm talking about literally boxing somebody. All right? If you put Floyd in with whoever throughout history and he's boxing them, okay? This Floyd Mayweather, Money Mayweather. You put him in with any boxer in history, I got Floyd winning. I'm not going against Floyd. Right? And a lot of people say, well, Sugar Ray Leonard, he beat up Floyd's father. And Floyd has essentially the same style as his father. First of all, I don't believe that. I don't believe he essentially has the same style as his father. And the second thing about it is that his father, great boxer and all of that, but his father is nowhere on the tier or level of Floyd. He's just not. Never was. And if Sugar Ray Leonard had difficulty against Floyd Mayweather Sr., going 10 rounds with that motherfucker, and in the final round, he was able to stop him. You know, the referee called it. And on top of that, he said that the dude, if he had a little power, he would have been in trouble. That just explains everything you need to know. I don't have Leonard beating Floyd. I never had. Because Leonard, one, got hit too damn much. His defense had holes. And two, the other problem is, Floyd has airtight defense, yes. But on top of that, Sugar Ray Leonard didn't have the skills that Floyd had. I'm talking about refined, developed skills that Floyd has. Floyd's not his father. So that's why I said, if Sugar Ray Leonard ever faced Floyd Mayweather, I don't care how much heart or whatever he has, overall Floyd's a much better fighter than Sugar Ray Leonard was. Just what it is. Sugar Ray was more entertaining. Floyd, however, is airtight. When you're talking boxing, Floyd's a better boxer than Sugar Ray Leonard. And that alone is the reason why I have Floyd beating him. Sugar Ray Robinson. Clearly, Floyd is a much better boxer than Sugar Ray Robinson. It's just what it is. You know, Sugar Ray Robinson moved around the ring in different ways, yes. But I would say that at the end of the day, he can't beat Floyd. And anybody with just examining Sugar Ray Robinson, the footage of Sugar Ray Robinson, I only talk about the footage. I don't talk about the hearsay and all that bullshit. I want facts. So what I will look at is the actual footage. The actual footage of Sugar Ray Robinson told me he was a fast fighter. He was a quick fighter. He threw a number of body combinations. Mostly, he didn't mix it up body to head. He didn't do that really. But he would do some of those things like double hooks, double left hooks, and stuff like that. He would do it. Long range guy. But could fight on the inside, could fight on the outside, right? My problem is, if Sugar Ray Robinson thinks he can land a punch on Floyd clean, that wasn't going to happen, right? And then two, he got hit too damn much. Sugar Ray Robinson got hit too damn much. Remember Sugar Shane Mosley. He got hit too damn much. So, and he got hit out the ring a number of times. Punched out the ring, okay? So, that's why when it comes to Sugar Ray Robinson versus Floyd Mayweather, this is a no-brainer. Floyd beats Sugar Ray Robinson. He beats him. He doesn't stop him, but he beats him. And he outboxes him, period. And Sugar Ray Robinson would have to respect the punching power of Floyd. And he would have been like Shane Mosley. He would have been taking a beating. Because Floyd would have always been first. And Robinson had a good jab. He had a very good jab. But once again, jabs don't mean shit in boxing if the other guy knows how to neutralize a jab. Okay? Oscar De La Hoya had a great jab. Fantastic jab. Great left hook. Never used them. Used the jab once or twice. Not really effectively. My point being, this is why I say that Floyd Mayweather, Mika Cotto had a great jab as well. Floyd Mayweather is the best ever. I don't call him the greatest boxer of all time because, as I said before, what makes you great involves a number of factors outside of the sport of boxing, outside of what's happening in that square circle. You know, people say Muhammad Ali beat all these great people and stuff. It's true. But when you break down the styles and you break down what the fighters were when Muhammad Ali faced them, they don't compare to what Floyd has faced. Even though a lot of people criticize Floyd, Muhammad Ali didn't really face guys who were quicker than him. His thing was speed. Ali was all about speed. I think the one guy that he faced that was quicker than him, I think, was Leon Spinks, and he beat him. Right? So I'm just saying. He didn't repeatedly fight guys who outweighed him and were bigger than him. He didn't really do that. He did early in his career, but later on he didn't. So my point being this about Muhammad Ali. Great fighter. But I still think Floyd's a better fighter than him. It's just what it is. Better boxer. So that's basically it for me right now. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I just wanted to leave this video here on boxing. And peace, deuces. I'm out.